Hi Tiffany.
Hi Amy. You got a minute?
Sure, Tiffany, what's up?
You've been on a short-term mission trip like this before, right?
Yeah, it was great. You're going to love it.
Are all these weekly meetings really necessary? I mean, we're only going to be gone for 1 week and it's not like we're going halfway around the world.
Oh, yeah, there's lots of preparation to do for a mission trip.
What do you tell him when he asks you about all your homework?
What do you mean, what do I tell him?
You're not really going to do all that Bible reading and scripture memory, are you?
Well, of course it's part of the preparation for the trip.
Amy, it's 1 week in Mexico. We're not going to seminary for 4 years. It's not like the Mexicans are going to have us recite our memory verses.
We are not doing all that work for the Mexicans, Tiffany.
We are not? Then, who are we doing it for?
We're doing it for us.
You're kidding. You really think all this reading and memorization is going to make us better at what we're going to do in Mexico?
I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't think it would.
I don't get it.
Somehow, I didn't think you would.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, I saw your performance last year on the cross-country team.
What in the world does cross-country running have to do with a Mexico mission trip?
A mission trip, in fact. Any Christian service is just like running a cross-country race. Or at least it should be.
You lost me.
How many weeks did we prepare for our first cross-country meet?
6 weeks. 6 miserable weeks.
How many weeks before we go to Mexico?
6. But I still don't see the connection.
Christian service and cross-country racing both involve conditioning, mental preparation, keeping your eye on the goal, and, most of all, self-denial.
Self-denial.
When you were out for cross-country, did you have to change your diet and your sleeping habits?
Well, I should have. But
what happened on the day of the meet if you stayed up too late the night before, or ate too much for lunch?
It was like carrying around a 50-pound weight.
And while you were in training, you had to choose between athletics and the fun things that the other kids could do.
Not anymore.
That's why you quit cross-country, isn't it?
I wasn't doing all that well, anyway.
I think you're bringing your cross-country attitude with you on this mission trip.
What do you mean?
Pastor Jim just gave us all a training diet of Bible study and scripture memorization, so our minds will be in good spiritual condition for the race in Mexico, but you're already talking about violating the training diet. How ready do you think you'll be on race day in Mexico?
It's not a race. It's a stupid mission trip.
I'm telling you from personal experience, if you get to Mexico or any Christian service without the proper spiritual diet and conditioning, it will be like carrying around a 50-pound weight. You will be as successful at Christian service as you were in cross-country racing.
You sound like Pastor Jim. What's the big deal? We go to Mexico, we do our thing, and we come home.
Tiffany, the Lord has uniquely gifted you with talents that no one else has in our whole mission team. If you're out of shape spiritually, your job won't get done, your job, the job that God designed you for before the beginning of time.
What job is that?
I don't know. That's one of the reasons for all the homework.
And you think, if I do all that Bible study and memorization, the Lord will let me know what He expects me to do?
He will not only show you what He expects you to do, He will get you all fired up to do it. Did you ever wonder why kids come back from mission trips with a smile, even though they are dog-tired?
Yeah, I guess they do, don't they?
It's because, when they found out exactly what the Lord designed them to do, and they prepared for it, and did it exactly as the Lord wanted them to, it's the most fulfilling thing on earth. There is nothing like it. It's like finishing first in a field of 50 runners.
Yeah, but it's such a lot of work.
Tiffany, all I can tell you is, if you don't want to do the preparation, the training, the conditioning, the self-denial, don't enter the race.
Are you saying I shouldn't go?
I'm saying why enter the race if you're not going to try to win.
What is there to win? It's a mission trip, for Pete's sake.
Tiffany, there are a lot of people in Mexico, in fact, there's a lot of people everywhere who don't know Christ. We may be the only Jesus that some of them will ever see. If you don't have the endurance you need to face them day after day after day, you could actually drive some of them away from Jesus with your selfish behavior. I would actually prefer that you stay home instead of being a bad witness for Jesus.
No. I'm not staying home. I want to make a difference in the world.
Are you willing to do the work?
Yes, if you're absolutely sure it's necessary.
It's not only necessary, it's crucial. It's the only way you'll have the endurance to finish the race as enthusiastically as you began.
Alright, but I'll warn you, my work habits leave a little be desired. If I have a week to do the homework, I won't even start it until the night before it's due.
Would you like me to check with you every day? That way we can hold each other accountable.
Well, I wouldn't like you to. But I think you should.
Good. I'll call you at 9 o'clock every night. And if one of us gets behind on our homework, we'll stay on the phone until we both get caught up.
Sounds like exactly what I need to win the race.
Based on the play by Bob Snook. Conditions for use: do not sell any part of this script, even if you rewrite it. Pay no royalties, even if you make money from performances.
You may reproduce and distribute this script freely, but all copies must contain this copyright statement.